Hello everyone. In today's video, we want to talk about the SDG or Sustainable Development Goals. The SDG was adopted by all United Nations members in 2015. It provides a shared blueprints for peace and prosperity for people and the planet now and into the future. There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which are an urgent call for action by all countries developed and developing in a global partnerships. In today's video, we want to talk about 3 SDGs. The first one is quality education, the second good health and well-being, and the third is responsible consumption and production. The quality education has an ultimate goal to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. One of the targets of this SDG is by 2030 sustainably increase the number of youth and adults who have relevant skills, including technical and vocational skills for employment, decent jobs, and entrepreneurships. So, for the purpose of the SDGs, we carry out a socialization about type of financing that are around or within the community. We do this after so many people at the community got into debt due to the lack of knowledge about financing that are exists within the community. And by carrying out this socialization, we hope that the community will be wiser in choosing type of financing that will be taken in the future.
Next, I would like to further explain our chosen SDG and their purpose program. Our program is called Yuk Belajar Investasi, or can be roughly translated as Let's Study Investment. And as hinted by the program's name, the SDG we have chosen is SDG number 4. That is, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all, or can be summarized as quality education. One of the goals for this SDG is by 2030, ensuring that all teenagers and proportionate adult community, both girls and boys, have the literacy and numeracy skill. One of the background for our proposing this is because, sadly, finance investment literacy is still quite low, and thus fraud investment or investasi bodong as called by people here began to sprout. We believe the few reasons for the community still fall for this type of fraud investment is because due to the low understanding of investment, and thus we propose a program. The program we propose has the purpose of help growing the people interest in investing as well as spreading awareness of fraud investment and their characteristics. This is why SDG 4 become our purpose as mentioned before. We hope by executing this program we help ensuring equitable information in people, especially regarding investment, and the information we manage to spread will open other opportunities for the community.
The next SDG is good health and well-being. The goal of this SDG is to ensure a healthy life for the villagers to realize prosperity. This goal requires easy access to health service for villagers. In order to achieve the objective of the SDG, village government and supradesa must ensure the availability of villagers' access to health service, decrease in maternal mortality, infant mortality rate, increasing the provision of complete immunization in infant, control of HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, obesity, malaria, leprosy, filariasis, drug abuse control, and decline in the birth rate in adolescents. Seeing this goal, our group held a Dagusibu socialization, which aimed to explain how to get, use, and dispose medicine properly and correctly, so people can feel the maximum benefit of the medicine and prevent medicine abuse. By carrying out this activity, we hope that people can be wiser in using medicine.
From the goal of SDGs number 3, Conserve good health toward a prosperous society, namely providing protection by trying to ensure the quality of health to community. Seeing the large number of deaths in the COVID-19 cases, it is certainly a lesson for many parties to make decisions and policies related to prevention of COVID-19, which in turn has greater possibility of virus mutation. The spread of new variant COVID with impact will be more dangerous than before if there is not readiness from the start. The knowledge keep the community, which is the main goal, is expected to provide readiness early as possible to stop the spread of COVID-19, which is very muted. To implement this SDGs, socialization activity aimed at the community by providing an understanding of the new variant of COVID and reminding to always comply with health protocol and initial protection in preventing the spread of new variant COVID. With this information and prevention effort, the public will be more vigilant and take better care of their health until the pandemic is declared to be officially over by the government.
SDGs 4. Responsible consumption and production. The Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, are a global action plan agreed by world leaders, including Indonesia, to reduce production and protect the environment, where the SDGs contain 70 goals and 169 targets are expected to be achieved by 2030. The Sustainable Development Goals, PBB or SDG, we are Article 2030, which is Sustainable Development, agreement the set of human rights and agreements. Well, the PBB or SDGs have the principle of universal, integrated, and inclusive to ensure that no one is left behind or called no one left behind. Well, one of the 7 SDGs goals that we will discuss in this video is responsible consumption and production. Agricultural is the largest use of iron worldwide, and certainly irrigation takes up about 70% of the use of clean water in us. The efficient management of the use of the shared natural research and the way we dispose our waste and pollution are important targets for achieving these goals. In education and clean industry, business and consumer to recycle and reduce waste is very important. As is for developing country to move towards more sustainable consumption happened by 2030. There are still many people in the world whose consumption of basic needs cannot be said to be feasible. Reducing global per capita food waste from kids and consumption by health is also important for getting more efficient production and supply chains. This can help maintain food security and lead us to a resource-driven efficient economy. Well, responsible production and consumption is one of the 7 global goals listed in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, and an integrated approach is essential for progress across all of the goals. If we look the SDGs above, we carry out socialization related to waste, recycle, education, we practice after saying though many people are still unable to value to use was to useful good and have its own useful value. By running the socializing program, we hope that the community can cycle lots into goods that have use value.